Hi guys. I want to say thanks for joining our virtual baby shower. But obviously things look a little bit different this year with COVID and just how everything has been the last year or so. So we decided that a virtual baby shower was probably better than trying to get everybody together in person. And it also, I think, is pretty helpful just that we have lots of family that's far away, and then you don't actually have to travel and you still get to be involved. And I'm really excited about that, and I'm excited that everybody could be here, tune in, that sort of thing. So I just wanted to say thanks, and I appreciate that. But doing a virtual baby shower does come with you don't really get to ask all the questions and find out all the details about my pregnancy and how it's been going and all those sorts of things. So my mom and I thought maybe it would be a good idea to make a little video about some of the most common, like pregnancy and baby and all those sorts of things, questions. So I'm just gonna talk a little bit. My mom's here too, so she might chime in a little bit and say something that she's noticed, or just whatever. One of the first questions is, when did you first know you wanted to have a baby? So that's a really loaded question, I think, because I've always been very interested in babies and pregnancy. I took as many child development classes in high school as I could, and now I'm a labor and delivery and postpartum nurse, so you could say it's just kind of always been something I knew that I loved, and I'm very excited that it is finally happening in my life versus me just helping other people with it. So it's just kind of been something that I always knew I wanted to do. So Alex and I had been planning this baby for a while. I mean, I think we even talked about having a baby before we got married, one of those things. And we said, 2020 would be a good year to have a baby or start a family. And here we are. We decided to start trying in June and got pregnant in June. And it was kind of a surprise that it happened so quickly, but also, just such a blessing to just have it happen right away. He was definitely a little surprised that it was so soon, and took a little bit of time to okay, this is gonna happen. And to be honest, sometimes he still is a little bit okay, this is gonna happen. But he definitely is very excited and so supportive, and so we're just both very, very excited about it. So like I said, I found out I was pregnant right away. I mean, I checked a test 3.5 weeks after, and it just for fun, and it came back positive, and that was oh dang, okay, cool. So we went from there. The first person I told obviously was Alex, and then I called my mom right away after that, because he was okay. So I needed to talk to someone who knew a little bit more about being pregnant. And then we started telling family, more family, immediate family, parents, Dad, Laura, Ron and Judy, just that same week, that weekend actually. And then just slowly started spreading through the family. I didn't really want to tell a lot of people before I went to my first doctor's appointment. So after that, that's when we pretty much announced, because I was okay, well, good enough. I was about 8 weeks at that time, so not to the full 12, but I think that life is special at 8 weeks. Life is special at 5 weeks, so I thought, even if, I know a lot of people like to wait until the 12-week mark because it's out of the danger zone or whatever, but I think that life should be celebrated whenever. So that's when we kind of started telling people. so kind of talks about what day of the week do I turn over. So I am currently 32 weeks, but tomorrow I'll be 33 weeks. So the day that I switch over is Wednesday from 1 week to the next. So not that really means a whole lot at the very end, because as we all know, babies come when they want to come. So could be 40 weeks, could be 39 weeks, 38, 42, kind of at the end, it's like whatever. So as far as pregnancy goes, I would have to say I don't have a lot to complain about. It's been a pretty good pregnancy, honestly. I had a lot of nausea in the first trimester, and that lasted from like 5 to 11 weeks. And I just was nauseous all the time. I had to eat like every hour, usually very carb heavy things. So, else I just felt so gross. I had little candies to try to help with the nausea. I drank a lot of lemonade to help with the nausea. I even had like a bracelet that did like a anti-nausea pressure point that I wore like all day long. So that was probably the worst part, along with just that first trimester exhaustion. I definitely had that. Got better in the second trimester, starting to come back in the third trimester, but not as bad as that first trimester. In the second trimester, it was just being 20 something weeks and people still being like, "You're pregnant?" Actually, I still get that. So that was probably the hardest part of the second trimester, but I felt great. Nothing really to complain about there. Once I hit like 27 weeks or so, I started having more hip and joint and pelvic pain, and now I'm growing and it's getting a little harder to breathe, just all those sorts of things. But yeah, I would say overall it's been a really good pregnancy. I can't complain too terrible much. Just normal stuff. Other things to talk about, I guess, would be just like our preparation for the baby. I started a registry at like 14 weeks, but I'm going to be really honest with you guys. Like, I just kind of picked stuff that looked nice. I didn't do like research on research about all the perfect baby products, because I really am kind of more along the lines of, babies need to eat, they need to be loved, they need a place to sleep, and they need diapers and clothes. And everything else is just an added bonus. So I just kind of figured if you got extra toys or, cute clothes, then that's great. I just put some stuff on the registries because you gotta clothe them, but it doesn't, I don't know. As long as he stays warm, then it's good. I guess that kind of goes to like feeding, I am planning to breastfeed. So, that's fun. Another fun thing, we're planning on cloth diapering, and I know that's kind of different too, but that's something that I'd been researching for a long time before even getting pregnant. I knew multiple people that I worked with or my friends who cloth diapered and were very successful with it. And it was something that really hit me as like, okay, this would be, if you can use them for multiple children, you can save some money in the long run. I think it's nice for the environment to not have all the diapers that go in the landfill. Everyone talks about how it's a lot of work, but I am thankful that I have friends that have done it. So I have some support there. I joined Facebook groups, I joined Instagram, and then my mom cloth diapered me. So I have someone who is close to me that also cloth diapered, and it's been a long time ago, so things have changed. So I'm always showing her like a lot. I'm always showing her like new things. I'm like, look at this. This is how they do it now, but same basic principles of washing them and putting them on them. So I would say that's probably the most interesting thing that we've got going on right now. Theme. I know lots of people love their nursery themes, and it's like one of the most important parts of preparing for baby. We don't actually have the nursery together yet. We're planning on doing like elephants and like stars and moons as his room. Just kind of, I've got some pictures, and I looked at Pinterest a lot, to be honest. But that's kind of our plan. We live in an older house. It's almost 100 years old, so we're doing some work that has to be done before getting the nursery done, and so that's kind of where we're at with that. I have a bassinet. The plan is for him to stay in the room with us for the first at least 6 months anyway, so I kind of figured like, we'll work on it if we can, but if it doesn't happen, then at least I'll have somewhere to sleep before then. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at. Says, have we gotten any gifts yet? My mom got me a couple gifts that she gave to me already, but nothing's come in the mail yet, but that's okay. I'm not like really concerned about it. Alex and I did buy the bassinet, and we bought a crib, and we bought a dresser for all of his stuff to go in, and I bought a lot of clothes and have inherited a lot of clothes, so at least up until like 3 to 6 months. But I think it's hard to know what size clothes to buy because we don't know how big he's gonna be, so that's very exciting. Alex was just like a 7-pound baby, but I was 8 pounds 8 ounces, so we don't really know how big this little guy's gonna be. At my last doctor's appointment, my uterus was measuring about a week ahead, so maybe he might be a little bit bigger, but maybe not. Could have just been the doctor's hand, so who knows?
This has been a very busy year. A lot of things have gone on. And then you also, in December, got to have COVID.
Oh, yeah.
And that was a downside, but everything, it was a mild case, and you're doing well. No after effects, so
yeah,
that's a blessing.
Yep.
But from here on out, you do the final. Are you planning on doing the maternity photos?
Yeah, I'll be doing some maternity photos on the 25th of January. So I bought some dresses for that, hoping it turns out nice. But I think we're planning to go to Forest Park to do them, so it shouldn't be too bad. Should be pretty good. So.
Yep, and then you have a couple more weeks, and you will get to meet this little guy.
Yep.
And are you going to keep it hush-hush for the name until then? Or is that for another day?
Well, Alex still is kind of like, well, I don't know, but we're like 99% certain that he's going to be Mr. Benton. Call him Ben or Benny. But there's always the chance that he could come out and I'd be like, nope, that's not right. So I say 99% chance.
There you go. So don't put anything with his name on it.
You don't have to embroider any gifts with it yet. So, yeah.
Very cool.
That's what we're thinking.
All right. Thank you for sharing. And I think everybody will enjoy this.
Yeah, thanks. Well, I hope everybody did enjoy the video, and we will have some games coming up, and we'll see you live on the 23rd.